This is a disgrace. So we know what's going on right now with the presidential election upon us. We all saw the debate. We saw how Biden performed, and the best way of describing it is as it was not good. Well, things continue to go from bad to worse. The thing is that we've known for a very long time that he was not extremely coherent, and we've just been kind of kicking the can down the road, and then it was exposed to everyone. Well, now it's continuing to get worse. It's clear that there's not much they can really do to try to hide it unless he's reading from a teleprompter. A new video has emerged where he was speaking at a 4th of July event, and in the video it's very clear that he is extremely incoherent. He is making a lot of mistakes. He cannot speak without a teleprompter. I don't know why the people around him are even allowing him to get anywhere near a microphone unless he has a script in front of him. Because it's getting from bad to worse, and we're all supposed to just sit here and act like we're not noticing this. It's like at this point, it's as if they kind of want to rub it in our faces, like, yeah, we can do whatever we want, It doesn't matter whether we're in charge. I don't know. It's insane. This is like extreme gaslighting on another level. Another level. We're going to jump into the video. We're going to look at this. And the video actually comes from the Cloud News Network, but it does show what's going on with our Brandon, and it's just not looking that good. So let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Want to do? There's 7,000 people waiting at the gate to get in. So if I don't finish this, they can't come in. So maybe if you're hanging around, I'm going to sneak back out if that's okay, all right? But thank you. Remember that famous expression?
Hold on.
They also serve who only stand and wait. I remember when our son was deployed, my wife would go to stand in the sink in the morning, drinking her coffee, and saying that prayer, worrying, always concerned, and all of you. So we owe you. This could not be done without the family support. So thank you. We love you, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You got me, man. I'm not going anywhere. All right. All right, I'll come back out when they open the gate, okay? Thank you. One last thing. I used to think when I was a senator, there were always congestion on the highways. There's no congestion anymore. None. We go on the highway, there's no congestion. And so the way they get me to stop talking, they'll say, we just shut down all the roads, Mr. President. You're going to lose all the votes if you don't get in. But anyway, I'll be back out. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
I'm not.
Yeah. Everyone is looking at it and they're like, yeah, this isn't looking so hot. He's not looking so hot, And you have to wonder, like that earlier gaffe about, people waiting to get in. Was he talking about the event, or was he talking about the BORDER? I'm just saying. I'm just honestly saying. Because it really comes across like he is struggling in every possible way to say what he means. I mean, we all saw the debate. We all saw how poorly he did during the debate, where the White House is blaming it on a cold. They're saying, oh, the president had a cold. He had a cold at the moment when he was involved with the debate. And that's the reason why his performance was off. Everyone has a bad night. Even Obama was tweeted, everyone has a bad debate night. Bad debate night? Brandon didn't really know if he was coming or going. And it's a very serious situation that we are facing right now. Because if this is how they're performing, you have to ask, who's really running things? Who's in charge? Who's running the house right now? It's a serious situation.
Do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
We all saw that. We've all seen it. So we have like video and footage from Trump discussing how he did after the debate. And this is he basically says how he feels about old Brandon. And it's kind of interesting.
The debate the other night.
Oh, amazing.
He kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, He's quitting the race.
Is that right?
Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
It's so amazing.
It's just so fucking bad. So
I just can't imagine.
But can you imagine that guy dealing with Putin and the president of China, who's a fierce person? He's a fierce man.
Right.
A very tough guy, and they see him. They probably he can't. But they just announced he's probably quitting.
Good.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Just keep knocking him out, right?
Old broken down pile of crap. Holy cow. People are like saying, this is staged. It's staged. He knew there was a camera there. Well, guys, this is how Trump talks all the time. This is how he talks on stage. This is how he talks when he's golfing. He had his son with him. He had Barron with him. Trump doesn't give a damn old broken down. He's that old broken down pile of crap. Holy cow. I tell you, Brandon cannot catch any breaks right now. I mean, it's worse. It's just getting harder and harder. And then, of course, you have Jill, who is shamelessly just leading this poor guy around, who doesn't know if he's coming or going. And everyone's now finally starting to call it out and say, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Like, are we all going to pretend like we didn't see this? Like, we didn't see how terribly he performed? Like, everyone is beginning to get worried right now. Like, all of the people that were supporting him before, they're beginning to say, yeah, maybe he needs to drop out. Maybe it's time for him to step down.
Jill Biden leads the 81-year-old president off stage by the hand after the train wreck debate performance.
You spent too much time in the gym.
Biden appeared more energized at a Waffle House after the debate, cracking wise and defending his performance.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question.
And Dr. Jill was cheerleader-in-chief with supporters at a watch party.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Now some say it's up to her and others close to him to persuade Biden to end his bid for a second term.
How long do we continue to act like that we didn't see what we just saw last night?
The First Lady, the President's sister. Those are the kinds of people who turn to him and say, sir, it's time to consider stepping aside.
Melissa DeRosa is a Democratic Party strategist.
I think that family has to be asking itself a lot of tough questions today. If that were my father that was on that stage last night, I wouldn't feel right about this. If he can't demonstrate to the American people that he can do the job, then I think it's incumbent on those around him to be honest with themselves and with him and figure out a replacement quickly.
Many are wondering if party power brokers like Barack Obama, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi will have a heart-to-heart talk with Biden and tell him, Joe, you gotta go. The only reaction from Barack Obama so far, a post that says bad debate nights.
So, I mean, of course, some of these people like, Obama is not going to say anything, because I mean, this was his third term. This was his third term. So of course, he's running things in the background. He has everything going. His thing is like, Joe, you need to, do what we said. Like, just, if you don't know something, just keep your mouth shut and say, let's move on to the next question. At this point, they really don't give a damn. They really don't give a damn. Like, they've done what they wanted to do. They've achieved everything they planned on achieving. They're like, yeah, we got this. We got this one. It's an absolute and utter disgrace what we are witnessing right now. It honestly is. It's so bad. It's so bad, and it's such a national disgrace for all of us. I remember when he was in Italy, and he didn't know what the hell was going on, and the Italian prime minister literally came back to. I mean, here's the video right here, and we're gonna go ahead and play it. And as you can see, basically, he's wandering off. There was like a show. He's beginning to wander off. The prime minister sees him. She goes and grabs him. All the other leaders pretend like they're not seeing this, and then they step around him. The Japanese step around him, and they act like, oh, this is so wonderful. And then Joe is in this bad shape. He puts on his sunglasses, and we're supposed to act like this is normal. Like, look at where she was. She was all the way on the left. He's all the way on the right. She looks over and she realizes that something is wrong. Also, look at the Japanese. Look at the Japanese. They're all the way to the left with her. So they obviously knew something was wrong. Japan is one of our closest allies. And then in the back, I think that's the dude I think that's Trudeau, maybe from Canada. I have no idea. I don't know. I would have expected Trudeau. This is why I don't know. I don't know. So he starts wandering off, and then look at the prime minister. She's paying attention to him. The Italian prime minister. She's looking, and she realizes he's lost. She looks, and she's like, oh, he's gonna walk off, and she stops, and then she walks over, walks everyone, tries to play it off like it's nothing, and then goes and grabs him. And that's Macron right there. That's Macron, the president of France, and what's that? Rishi Sunak, the prime minister of England. Bro, you could have at least went. It's such a disgrace. Our closest allies, and it took the Italian prime minister to go and grab Brandon. What a damn shame. What a damn shame. It's an utter disgrace, an absolute disgrace. What we are seeing right now is so sad. It's so sad. It's so bad. It's a national shame. I mean, imagine if you have a father and you're a parent, and this is how things are going, and you would let them, you'd allow them to be out there, to be doing this, and in front, like he needs to go and just kind of chill and enjoy his remaining days, because this is bad. This is bad. Like, this is not someone that should be on the campaign trail. This is someone that should be in a retirement home, being monitored. Y'all, if he goes into a home, he would be like legit. He would be monitored so hard. Nurses like saying like, your father, he's continuing to decline, but we're working with him. But he's forgetting he's forgetting the people that he's spoken to, and it's just a part of the process in advanced stages of dementia. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I look at it and I'm like, I just feel kind of bad for his family, but then on the other hand, it's like his family are the ones involved in this. Right now we know that it's like Jill and Kamala. Those two are pulling a lot of strings in the background. Jill is like, "Oh, Joe, you answered every question at the debate like a child." Like they speak the way they speak to children or someone who's not very coherent. That's the way they're speaking to Joe. That's how they're treating Joe. because he's not very coherent. Guys, this is a disgrace. Let me know what you think. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.